You haven't signed into Facebook?
For some reason, it's making me do that. Yeah.
No, that's going to be.
No, it's my page.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
I was
Through
gonna
Restream?
No.
Oh.
No, I was just gonna share it.
Oh, I got you. Sorry, bro. Man, this is fucking amazing. Scalar.
Scalar waves, right?
Scalar is not scalar.
Okay.
All right, let's see.
Sorry about that. Man, we need some like nature sounds or something. Let's just hear something. There we go.
So the title is Homeopathy Music Scalar Waves.
Homeopathic.
Oh, sorry.
And homeopathy, yes.
Homeopathy.
Yes, I probably meant to put homeopathic, but it is homeopathy, yes.
What did I say? Homeopathy?
You probably said the right thing.
Yeah, so we were talking about it. He said, like, how do you spell that? And I looked it up, and I looked it up wrong, and then he got it. And this is what I found. Scalar. Mathematics, physics, adjective of a quantity having only magnitude, not direction. Noun, a scalar quantity.
And you might want to look up scalar wave.
Scalar waves.
Because that's what we're going to be working with today.
Let's see.
I think recently we came on and played some music, and we were talking about homeopathic sound healing kind of music theory that we've been looking at the body and how we heal with waveforms. And many people are using low electrical devices to produce these waveforms, such as scalar waves, Rife waves. But we don't often hear them in music. And I do think it's a shame because I really love the scalar waves in music and the definition of a scalar wave. So, scalar wave is two opposite frequencies in the same space.
I just found that.
Mm-hmm.
Scalar waves are produced when two electromagnetic waves of the same frequency are exactly out of phase, opposite of each other. That sounds like 0 point to me. And the amplitudes subtract and cancel or destroy each other.
And what's interesting is it says that they destroy each other, and that's partially true.
That's what it says.
I know. But what really happens is, and that makes you think they destroy each other completely, doesn't it?
Well, I never thought about it till tonight. And it says here the result is not exactly an annihilation of magnetic fields,
right,
but a transformation of energy back into
yes,
a scalar wave, which to me is conception, rebirth. Yeah.
Folding in on itself,
Yeah.
death and rebirth, fractalization. But what happens when we take these two opposite frequencies and put them in the same space, it shapes the lower wave. And what's really cool about sound is that we can actually experience what that feels like when it happens. And what's really interesting to me is that, you know, when you have an opposition to something, you know, this word like versus, like, you know, I probably talk about care versus concern a lot, or I like to make up all kinds of different verses, like, I can't even think of one right now, but two opposite frequencies like fear and love, sorrow and joy, pain and pleasure. Yeah, absolutely. So like, can't let anybody help me, need help or assistance versus assistance.
Right. Apprehension and confidence.
Intellect versus awareness. So when we have two opposite frequencies, and when we're in school, they taught us to draw a circle by making a straight line, and then there's 180 degrees to both sides. And so when we take two opposite frequencies musically, we have this cornucopia of the totality from what our ear hears from one frequency 180 degrees from the bottom part of the spectrum up to the next note, and then from the upper part of the spectrum. And I'm going to demonstrate it with some gongs today. And I think I already have a little sound coming in here of one with a weird sound. So we're just going to put that up for a second. And hopefully you guys can hear that. I haven't seen any of the comments here. Let's see here. Let's see if there's any comments.
Yeah, there's some comments.
Let's see here. Comments and reactions. There we go. Cool. So, yeah, this is a scalar wave, and I'm going to go over to the Sun Gong and the Jupiter Gong. And they have a near scalar relationship where you may hear the lower frequency be taken over by the upper frequency. And I think we've played it in the room before, haven't we, Todd?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Just so everybody knows, too, that in science they're using this to levitate objects. So, you know, science is using this literally to make objects lighter than they are, like the stealth bomber uses this type of technology.
Like the fucking pyramids.
Like the pyramids, yes. Scalar. Scalar's like the, you know, your cells are circles, so their geometry are scalar. So this is like cellular music. If you could hear what your cells sound like, it would sound like this. Let's play it though.
Switch cameras.
So first we're going to play the sun's gong sound, yeah? And really take a moment and feel the lower frequency. And now we're going to add the Jupiter gong. So what did it feel like, Todd?
I'm still feeling it.
Well, it's still vibrating in the room for us. Yeah. I can still feel the...
It felt like a clearing.
So would you say you felt lifted?
Yes, in a very relaxed, almost subtle way. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so the scalar waves can really, help us see the big picture, I guess, and come into a state of awareness. So, if anybody has any questions about scalar waves, but I'd really be interested if some people gave us some colors for circles.
Oh, you want to make something up right now?
Yeah, we might as well.
Make some music with what they say? Okay, we need some colors, and what else?
Our shape today is a circle, so we're not really doing any shapes, but colors and polarities. Is it green in the front of the heart, in the front of the body, or is it in the back? White, all the
Purple.
purple.
We got a purple.
And is it deep purple or regular purple?
And we have an aqua.
Aqua.
Aqua and purple.
So, and
Blue, purple, and gold. Okay, we're going to have to stop it there.
that's a lot of them, yes?
Hang on, let me check the other one. Okay, this one's okay. Purple, gold again. All right, so let's go back to the first ones. So we have purple, aqua, blue, purple, gold again, black, purple. So I think purple of a dark
purple
towards black, yeah.
We have black too. The system, we have everything here. So.
And then I think we take aqua and a blue.
So
with the gold.
Deep purple grounding, and then shamanic. It sounds like.
The other one would be like the greenish blue,
Okay.
kind of turquoise. You know what I mean? In between green and blue. Yeah, that would be it. Okay. This would be cool.
Yeah, I mean, let's see how out we can get our brains in 8 minutes, and then we'll come back slowly.
So you're going to create music based on the colors and take us into, which is essentially what, Delta?
Yeah, so all of the tracks that I'm pulling over are 8-minute homeopathic treatments. For example, circles make us become more aware. They bring more balance. They bring more totality. They lift the gravity. See, awareness changes things in life, right? When we become aware of something, then the gravity changes, like in our emotional states and all of that. And so that's really what the theme we're working on tonight, to kind of bring this out for people to experience that this is just one form of the waveform.
Yeah.
And so what I'm pulling over right now says black front circle, and I'm going to get a deep purple something here. Let me see. Let me pull that over. Where is it? All right, deep purple circle.
I'm digging the owls.
All right, there it is, deep purple circle. Okay. All right, and I heard some gold in there too, right? Let's go for a gold back circle. Okay. And see, normally we would play like 2 of these tracks together, but I'm going to go ahead and mix them a little bit more than normal.
Okay.
To kind of give us that full dose, if that means anything, right?
We trust you, bro.
And let's go for, I don't know if I've ever done this, Todd, so we're all experimenting here. And if you're driving a car, you might not want to listen to this part coming up. All right, where's that blue? Blue back circle, where is it? Here we go. Okay, cool. All right. So I think we discussed you're going to kind of guide us in there, right, a little bit, and then we're going to go deep.
I am?
Yeah. Let's do a little minute of a little groove where you get to, kind of talk them down a little bit.
Okay.
And we'll kind of drop them off in the park there for a little while and then pull them back.
I love hanging out with you. It's always full of surprises.
Oh, yeah. Here we go.
I think we can all feel it. We're all headed the same direction. We have no words left. So let's just feel into it. Be it and do it. light is shining through those cracks in a human being. We're all seeing the same thing. The same timeline, same perspective. It's a universal correction. Come and join me, my brother, now, and go into the multi-D. Somebody had a question. I feel like I just woke up.
Okay.
That was intense, but with ease and grace.
Hmm.
Somebody asked, please share the benefits of the sound, of this sound, homeopathic therapy.
Yeah, so we use sound. You know, when you're happy, you listen to happy music, and when you're sad, you listen to sad music. So all of the waveforms that people are using in healing in frequency devices or low electrical devices, and using these types of waveforms. So the benefits of scalar waves are awareness. And I think the more awareness we have, the cell is built on this, and imagine the cell knows exactly what the scalar wave does. But scalar waves have been known to change the gravity of things.
Mm.
So that lower frequency gets shaped, and it literally changes the density. When I sit down at any piano and I play two opposite frequencies, you will hear the upper note always take over. And it really, it's the way the harmonics of the sound works. It's also, vibrationally, like attracts like, and opposites create wave interference.
That sounds like a toroidal field to me.
Well, that is actually definitely part of the toroidal field, because it's part of the organization of everything. And if everything has a toroidal field, then the scalar wave, when you look at the flower of life and you see those petals are circles coming into a 120-degree angle with each other and creating a 6-pointed star.
Yeah, the circle is the easiest way to try to visualize it, because it's much deeper than that.
Mm-hmm. Right. But it's kind of like, for all you music heads out there, say the scalar wave of the note D is G sharp. And we have these sounds in music that some are harmonious and some really aren't. So I think I like this sound earlier. Let me pull it back up. Here's a harmonious sound, which is more of a fifth, but that's not really giving it to us. Let's try something like this. See what happens. Let's see, it's still playing. There we go. All right. So here's a very harmonious sound. That's a fifth. That's what we always want to hear. And that's when our body's in health. This is what we sound like. This is literally the 5-pointed star. And if I just keep moving up it here, so it all sounds beautiful. But the scalar wave is a half step down from this on the top. And so that was a D and an A, and I'm going to play a D and a G sharp, but I'm going to play the D and A first. Nice and pretty. Then we're going to bring the opposition, the interference. And let's go ahead and resolve it now. So music is about tension and resolution, like life. Notice when you go through things and face things, they change. When you run away from them, they may not. And I'm just going to pretend it's all harmonious and I can stay on this note. But if I turn to face it and to become more aware of something, I have to go back into this sound to resolve it. And I think it's hard not to talk about healing music or music itself without tension and resolution. I think it's so important,
That's some good, yeah. It's like a sad beauty or a beautiful sadness, all in one, 0 point.
Well, now you're bringing the square wave into it. Because if we have like a very pretty sound, and then we want to bring that sadness, or it's really that where we receive more because we feel it more. So here's that pretty sound. Oh, way too low. Okay, sorry. Right?
That's nice.
Let's turn it sad.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we just made it into a square. And if we make it into a circle now, So tension and resolution is such a magical thing to play with sound, I think.
I think
you know?
you've got us at the PhD level at this moment. You lost me, but you didn't. It's
Because you felt it.
through the yes, exactly.
Right.
Exactly.
I think that's important because when we get into music, when people didn't go to music school and all of that, it gets weird, and we don't have to do that. It really, all we have to do is feel it, and that's what the waveforms are about, intention and resolution, and sound is like that. We create tension to resolve it, and that's what makes it beautiful. And when we don't resolve it and it's just elevator music, then it just doesn't really go anywhere.
Right.
You and I, when we play the other music, if we sit here and play just one chord and didn't change it up and do different things,
there's no contrast.
Right.
It's stagnation.
Right.
Yeah, that's what the definition, we looked it up if you weren't here at the beginning. What is a scalar wave function? Scalar waves are produced when two electromagnetic waves of the same frequency are exactly out of phase, opposite to each other, and the amplitudes subtract and cancel or destroy each other. The result is not exactly an annihilation of magnetic fields, but a transformation of energy back into a scalar wave. Sounds pretty.
Yes. What's really cool, we'll take it just a little deeper, Todd, since we were playing that D. So if we go here and we play more of D, D major, really pretty, right? And so its scalar wave is going to be here. And so now we went to that weird place. And notice it's kind of an abrupt place to go to. We'll go back to the other one.
I like it.
It's kind of like, whoa, it slows me down, right?
I like the scalar wave. I like it.
So it's really about the relationship. I just took two major chords, D major and G sharp major, and put them in a scalar relationship. Let's play them at the same time. Watch what happens then. And so then we have some dirty sounding jazz chord. Yeah.
Jazz is the closest thing to it, I think.
I think some of the avant-garde jazz took us there vibrationally into, or I guess we try to call it organized chaos, but I don't know if it's
That's what I call it.
Yeah, we could call it
organized chaos.
Entropy. And then when it gets organized, it becomes negentropy, I guess. It's interesting how the definition described it on the magnetic wave, because the same thing happens in the vibrational wave too. And so there obviously is this reflection between vibrational, magnetic, light, magnetism, plasma. All of those things have a very interesting connection. So the rate of speed of something depicts its rules in a way. It's a trip.
Yeah. Well, it's like at some point you got to jump in there, and I guess avant-garde jazz, or just total freestyle, spontaneous. If you look at that, that's a physical representation. But like energetically, at some point you just got to jump in there, and when you do that, there is some entropy. But the thing is, I think what happens is you jump in there and your senses are more acute, and so when you start to see the fall coming, you're already building the other side of it.
Yeah, and all the old jazz musicians, that's how they would change the keys, is they would use the scalar wave to literally change the key. And in music theory, we'd call it tritone substitution. And they spent years teaching us all of that.
Wow.
And it's substituting from the opposite to go somewhere into a different key.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. If I can explain it the easiest way. But it's really interesting how, music depicts how you work with it. You know what I'm saying? It's not like you sit down and you assign things to it.
Right.
Everything has to do with that. I think you were talking about that whole triangle relationship, 12, 9, 6, 3.
Right.
And we were talking about the crossroads of creating that manifestation field of awareness that we can create in this moment.
Yeah, from this space.
Yeah.
Because it's like the purest space.
Yeah, it doesn't have to be perfect. I mean, I cut one of the tracks out too soon, and my moon in Virgo was like, "Oh yeah, you faded that out too soon," but
That shit was dope.
you get it better next time. um, but yeah, sound is such a powerful way, and I think, for example, a lot of people have singing bowls.
Mm-hmm.
One way you could work with this is figure out what frequency your singing bowl is, and then figure out its scalar wave and sing its opposite. And it's really interesting when you put the scalar wave in and you have a low frequency, you sing a note, and it will literally make your singing bowl diminish. So I've seen it happen. It's a fascinating thing. The bowls are very reflective and are very vibrant. That's one of the first ways I learned that like attracts like is a real reality. I was practicing my saxophone before a gig one night at my office, and I had them set up in there, and after I warmed up a little bit, they're humming. Yeah, all by himself. And then I started playing from across the room. I started playing their note, and they would get louder.
Really?
Yeah. And then I would play some deep harmonics, and they would ring it. It would ring out of them.
I saw something like that in Mount Shasta one time. The only time I went there.
All right.
Got a good crowd. Thank you for joining.
Absolutely. Scalar waves. What do you want to do now, Todd?
I don't know. It's up to you. You're the maestro. Whatever you want to do. You take us out.
Yeah. Let's pull up some tracks here. I got something for you to
get us out of
kick it over.
Delta.
Out of Delta. We're still kind of there, aren't we?
Well, it's like no, I wouldn't say it's a real heavy one, but you definitely can feel it's very grounding.
Right.
I think.
How about
which is good. I mean, because if you want to go to bed now, you could.
Mm-hmm.
If you want to stay up and have a midnight snack. Sounds like Harry Nilsson liming the coconut.
Oh no, I got that in my head.
Which was a great song.
Mm-hmm.
So fast, it ain't about who's first or last. Sometimes we're walking around like zombies in a trance, and sometimes we got that groove, we got that dance. Let your soul shine, let your soul shine on. Let your soul shine, let your soul shine on. Let your soul shine, let your soul shine on. cool session, bro. That was a very cool session. You were in form.
Awesome. Oh, man. Cool. Scalar waves. Mm-hmm.
Wait till the next episode.
Ooh. Wait till we get to rectangles or triangles. Or rectangles, really.
Well, I'm learning with everybody that's viewing. I don't know anything about this. I just know I'm involved in the front and the back. But you know what? That was smooth. What was that, like 16 minutes, 20 minutes?
We've been on for 47.
No, I mean
but yeah.
in the middle.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
Between the intro and the outro.
Yeah, the brainwave was only 8 minutes.
That's it?
Yeah. So we did 4 minutes of 2 of the selections, which were, let me give you back what we did here.
That felt like 20 minutes.
I know.
15 to 20 minutes.
Right. Let me see here.
If that was 8 minutes, another couple of minutes, we would all been in delta, full delta.
Quite possible. So there was a deep purple circle in the back with a black circle in the front, which is the 8th chakra, which is shamanic. So we grounded the shamanic awareness for the first 4 minutes, and then we pulled in that health, that bluish and the green color and the gold. And these were both in the back. Both of these, it was gold and blue in the back of the field. So it's kind of like
in the back of the body.
Yeah, the integrity of our health.
Right on.
And elemental. So it took it a little elemental possibly than that. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm taking the elemental. One day you'll probably create music like for the elementals. So like we'll bring the elementals in, or
Yeah, I think people are doing that already and bringing the elements in with the nature sounds, and all kinds of stuff.
True.
I was telling Todd that this is what we played with tonight is a system that is 32 hours of a deep brainwave system. So I may get Todd DJing it sometime. So
right on. Right on.
Into the great expanse.
Sounds good to me.
All right,
man.
All right. Good night, everybody.
Thank you for joining us, and we'll see you maybe tomorrow.
Sure.
We'll see
Yeah.
what happens. Peace.
Peace.